Alrighty guys, we're back for Gruul vehicles, and this is a Through the Omenpaths standard brew, and I'm Red Cat. Let's briefly go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked. But first things first, we built this together over on the Twitch channel. Nice. They got all 4 Lifecraft Engine as the main build around here. It's a 3 mana 4/4 crew for 3 artifact vehicle. When it enters, choose a creature type. You're going to go ahead and choose human in this deck list. Vehicle creatures you control are the chosen creature type, in addition to their other types. Each creature you control of the chosen type, other than this vehicle, gets +1/+1. Cool stuff. Now we're going to be pairing this with some beautiful humans. We got a couple Balthier and Fran, the 3 mana 4/3 legendary creature Rock and Reach. Vehicles you control get +1/+1, have vigilance and reach. Okay. Now whenever a vehicle crewed by Balthier and Fran attacks this turn, if it's the first combat phase of the turn, you may pay 1 a red and a green. If you do, after this phase, there's an additional combat phase. It's actually a really cool ability, huh? So not the only human packed in, of course, we have all 4 Intrepid Stablemaster. It's a 2 mana 2/2 with reach. You can tap it for a green, or you can tap it, add 2 mana in any one color. Spend this mana only to cast mount or vehicle spells. That could be some pretty significant ramp into our top end vehicles, like a couple Boommobile, got a couple Regalia here too. We even have a couple Magmatic Galleon, and it's not going to be hard at all to go ahead and get a 5 mana for the Galleon coming down. Especially when we got even more ramp packed in on even more humans. We have all 4 Sunset Strikemasters. That 3 power ought to come in handy if you're going to go ahead and crew up the 3 crew on the Lifecraft Engine. But if Lifecraft Engine's on the board, then it's actually going to be 4 power, which makes the Strikemaster great for crewing up Lumbering Worldwagon. This is making the cut as a 2 of. And not the only vehicle that's helping us ramp, well, the Regalia too, which I kind of mentioned, but we also have Rocketeer Boostbuggy potentially giving us some treasure tokens whenever it gets the chance to attack. And the exhaust ability on Rocketeer Boostbuggy is actually pretty good too, as you can exhaust this and then use this to go ahead and crew up something like the Lumbering Worldwagon, right? We got some removal packed in, opting for Chainsaw, because this is not a terrible one to sacrifice to Chandra, Spark Hunter's top +2 ability. You may sacrifice an artifact or discard a card if you do draw a card. And Chainsaw is also great against Bloomborough. Right, so we also have a couple Road Rage in here for more removal. It's kind of important. Don't forget Magmatic Galleon's also acting as top-end removal too. So got some protection for our ever important permanents, right? Because this is target permanent you control gets hexproof or indestructible. But if you don't use it as protection, maybe you go ahead and use the bottom ability and get a 1/1 pilot that can actually crew as though its power were 2 greater. So over in the mana base, guys, we do have a Rocky Roads over here. We got all 4 Stomping Ground, all 4 Thornspire Verge, and all 4 Multiversal Passage for just a beautiful Gruul mana base. So that's 25 total mana, ought to be enough. We do have more top end packed in here real quick. A Gladiolus is a 6 mana 6/6. When it enters, search your library for a land card, put it onto the battlefield, tapped, then shuffle. It does have landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, another target creature you control gets +2/+2 and gains trample until end of turn. This pairs beautifully with Regalia and great thematic wise too, right? But it also pairs beautifully with the Lumbering Worldwagon, and giving trample to these chunky vehicles is probably going to be pretty important, right? So over here in the honorable mentions, Llanowar Elves was in the original list, and then a Gastel Throw Roller. Kind of a fantastic vehicle in the right list, but I don't know if this is the right list for this one. Okay, guys, I do my dandiest to save the more in-depth discussion for the end of the video, so look forward to that. In the meantime, let's go ahead, take this into some ranked, see how we do. All right, we'll see if we can get right into that first game. In the meantime, what am I expecting from the build? It's going to be super jank, and that's what we're here for, man. Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun, though. When we played it over on Twitch, over on stream, it was fun. But yes, it should be pretty janky as well. That doesn't mean I'm not expecting at least one victory today. Opponent goes first. That's unfortunate. It's a relatively slow hand here, too. think I'll give it a shot, though. It's like I said, I'm expecting jank anyways, so... Plus, there's a lot we can draw into in the next couple turns that could speed this up a bit. Regalia is not one of those things. We'll go ahead and pretend that we are... red. Make the opponent think we have an open burst lightning, right? They go ahead, take the 2 for a Sacred Foundry. Probably means a Lightning Helix, right? So Stomping Ground can go ahead and come out tapped. That way we don't get punished for it later on. So the hand remained slow, but it looks like... Oh, okay. Right. Okay. That's not good news. We should get as much down as possible here. Let's start with the ramp on the Worldwagon. Yeah, Jeskai control is brutal stuff. Okay. Let's go ahead. Go Worldwagon. And we'll grab a forest since we have 2 mountains in hand too. Yeah, deck thinning's great here. And if we can go ahead and actually land a Chandra, we have 2 of them, luckily. Oh, another Regalia. Yeah, we keep on drawing the slow bits. That's okay. That's okay, because maybe one of the Regalias will land then. We're still going to run down the Chandra, see if Chandra number 1 lands. You guys can't tell, I was skeptical. Right, 3 steps ahead, number 1, out of the opponent's deck list. That's important. Another Mistrise Village and 5 open. They're going to go ahead and pass it back here. This time around, I'm not going to waste the other Chandra, because that's kind of important right now when we don't have any other creatures. So we're going to try the Regalia. It doesn't do anything, but it might get a counterspell out of their hand, which I would say is pretty important. We played the untapped land to play around specific counterspells that they might have, but usually it's no more lies and you actually need 3 open. Which, honestly, maybe... Okay, it's going to be 3 steps ahead, number 2. And we can start to see my panic once the blue source arrived. Because we have very much like a mid-range hand. Okay. They go ahead and discard a split up here. They play their 6th mana. They are tapping a blue. See what they end up doing here. Going to be a stock up on their turn. They got 3 open here still, so I think I will spend the 2 for the Stomping Ground. Untap to play around a No More Lies, because they don't got double blue on the board anymore. So it's not going to be 3 steps ahead. Oh, there we go. We don't have to pay the 2 for the Stomping Ground. We just go ahead and play the forest, which actually isn't that great, but there goes nothing, guys. Hopefully it's not just a flat negate. Hopefully it is the No More Lies. It does land, so that could be a get lost too, but at least we'll get something here on the Chandra first, which I suppose should probably be trading out the Stomping Ground, although I wouldn't mind the extra vehicle. We just don't have anything to crew these with, you know? Let's trade out the Stomping Ground, see if we can find some of our earlier business. Maybe it's not a Get Lost. Maybe they want to save Get Lost for when we power up Worldwagon. Well, I'm going to try it. Let's do a Lifecraft Engine, call human. We are tapped out this time, so they could go ahead. It lands. And then... and then Chandra powers up Worldwagon, maybe? Now, honestly, if they pop Worldwagon over the Chandra here, that is not terrible, because Chandra on the board, just fantastic.
Eyes on the prize.
It is. They were saving the Get Lost for the Worldwagon, actually. So it's too bad if we had Regalia, that would have had haste. We could have crewed up and still had a good swing. Yeah, dude, we're in significant danger. I think this is heavily leaning towards the opponent. Oh, and it's not just the Jeskai version. This is the 4-color, like, control burn version. So that's pretty scary, and we got a lot of mana, dude. We're flooding, huh? Let's do... Well, we don't... We could send Multiversal first. I wouldn't mind the vehicle, but again, nothing to really crew with, so we should just go ahead. +2 Chandra. Maybe we can even hit the ultimate next turn, right? Okay, Lifecraft Engine isn't bad. What's this? No, not an update. Anything but an update. All right, let's see here. We'll have 5 open. We could just start with it's all the blue sources open that I'm concerned about here. If we try Regalia and it gets flat countered by 3 steps ahead, that's a problem because I do want to do some more deck thinning. But I'm still thinking like No More Lies is in their deck list. I'm not 100% certain if the 4-color control burn runs No More Lies, but it probably does. Now let's try the other Lifecraft Engine too. All human. So, depending on where we want this removal to land, we could power up Lifecraft Engine. Then if they try to hit it, we crew up their Regalia. I guess it's a similar concept the opposite way, but I'd rather Regalia survive, I think. No, maybe we'd rather Lifecraft Engine survive, because it pushes more damage as they boost one another. Looks like it might actually get through, too. No, never mind. It is sticking. It's going to be Consult the Star Charts. They still got 2 open here, actually. Maybe we'll get a swing. We can't expect a -7 on the Chandra because this is going to be the burn version, so Lightning Helix and all that is packed in here. And then it's the 4-mana card. It's like Inevitable Defeat, right? The Mardu card. Top 7 cards, pick 2. We're in danger, bro. Let's see if we can get that swing with the Regalia. We do get that deck thinning. We do get the 6 damage through, guys. Holy cow, we might as well activate the map token while we're here, right? While we have a chance to. We see more mana. Oh, no. Oh, no, guys. We got 1... Okay, there's Lightning Helix. They actually just go our face instead of Chandra. Not concerned about the -7 on Chandra at all, but... I mean, I guess we really fizzled out in our hand, so we won't have too many artifacts entering, so maybe they're just not... Oh, okay. It's an inevitable defeat for the poor Chandra. Oh, Road Rage, but... It's too bad we don't have a way to actually crew up any of these vehicles, guys. I'd say we're drawing pretty poorly overall. How about you? We getting a little unlucky? Maybe. But also, this is a brutal deck list to go up against, regardless of what deck list you're actually playing. Okay, that's something. Let's see if it lands. Like 2-3 steps ahead out, so there we go. Let's go ahead and... I mean, that Stablemaster is a 4/4. That's pretty sick, right? Let's try the Regalia again. I think it's pretty important to do some late game deck thinning here. Yeah, with all that damage going through, they gained so much of it back, unfortunately. We'll go ahead and try the map token, see if Regalia sticks around. We see a Boommobile. Okay, I'm keeping that on top, dude. It'll be a fun thing to hurl the exhaustibility at the opponent's face. Like Regalia is gonna bite the dust, but if we get to keep Stablemaster around... Oh, Revelation. Okay, okay. Okay, well they do tap out for this luckily. They go up to 25, restock their hand. Guys, do we concede? I guess it depends what happens to our Boommobile, right? Keep Road Rage open. Try to pop a monk, or we could have just popped a monk on our turn too. That way the prowess doesn't get above it. Deals X damage to target creature, planeswalker, where X is 2 plus the number of mounts and vehicles you control. Okay, Lightning Helix. Prowess. Oh, dude. We're really low on life. Oh no, guys. Oh no. I should have used Road Rage on our turn, actually. That way they didn't have a way to counter this, because I'm pretty sure we're dead this turn. Although I'm not 100% certain. Were they completely tapped out on our turn? They still could have found something, right? Jeskai Revelation. Well, they couldn't have found that last turn. Hey, good game opponent, huh? 3 getting through no matter what now. Brutal, brutal deck list. Even if you bring some top meta stuff to the table, right? Our poor little vehicle jank didn't have a chance. Although, if I would have mulliganed, if I would have found maybe a little bit of a faster start, maybe. And also, feels like we flooded a bit. I was gonna count the lands somewhere in the middle there, but I totally forgot as the opponent was ripping us apart. I should have counted the lands at the end and then looked at how deep we were into the deck list to actually see if it was a flood or if it was at fault to the 25 mana being in here. All right, looks like we got one more before I have to pause the recording and get the game updated. That's good news. So this is a little faster, right? I like this. It's not terrible at all. We keep this. We call red on passage for turn 1. We don't got to take that damage. Right into Strikemaster. Or Stablemaster might be even better here. Although we already have enough mana. Even so, I guess it depends if we want to do X's 2 on the Boommobile. Probably not based on what they're doing. A Worldwagon. Since we have 2 Strikemasters, I'm going to go for the Strikemaster. Okay, it lands without any contest. Stable Passage is going to be their 3rd. Looks like we might actually get a free next turn. I think playing Boommobile is not a bad idea. Could also get the Passage down tapped without paying the 2 and still play a Worldwagon for some ramp. Seems pretty good actually, right? We can call red on the Passage and still grab another green from the Worldwagon, but honestly another red wouldn't be bad too. Yeah, 3 red, 2 green on the board based on the hand. Well, we do have red on the Strikemaster. I guess it just doesn't matter, does it? We're pretty well established as far as mana fixing. So let's grab whatever we have more of in the deck list. We have 6 forests and we have 4 mountains, so we'll go ahead and grab a forest for the board then. Yeah, that's totally fine. Synthesizer, all right. I would say right on time, but they had a tapped land for their 3rd, which was just fantastic news for us in this scenario especially. Road Rage. Not bad. It's not going to hit too many of their constructs. Of course, we'll go ahead and play the forest here. I'm wondering if we go Boommobile. Then crew Boommobile up, then crew up the Worldwagon, and then we can exhaust this now, or we could save that to exhaust later and just dump our other creatures, but then a Pinnacle Star Cage could be right around the corner. I think establishing Boommobile and getting the exhaust ability right away is totally fine. We have X's too. Like, yeah, ramping into the Boommobile ability is great as well, but yeah, I don't know. I think this is okay. X is 2, smack the opponent's face. Then we crew up the Boommobile with the Strikemaster. Then we crew up the Worldwagon with the Boommobile. We get some more ramp with the Worldwagon. This time I'll go ahead and grab a mountain, of course. The opponent's down to 12. Boommobile and Worldwagon threatening lethal, but I don't know about this, man. We'll see what they can pull off here. Yeah, Boommobile's a 6/6. Worldwagon's a 6/4. Hairless Snare. Which one do they want to hit, though? The Worldwagon. Ah, okay. Yeah, Chainsaw can go ahead and hit that construct. They missed their 4th mana. That's great news, dude. All right, disabling new matches, right? So I'll have to pause after this one, guys, and get it updated. So let's see. Plenty of mana on the board. Road Rage even hits the construct. Let's do Chainsaw equipped for 3. We'd only have 2 left for a Strikemaster. On the first Strikemaster. I guess that doesn't really matter, right? We have 9 on the board. I'm making sure I'm not missing lethal damage somewhere. Because that would suck. I guess if we do... I'm sorry, opponent. I'm thinking too, buddy. There's actually a lot of options. 5 mana open after Road Rage gives us Lifecraft Engine, Strikemaster, power up the Boommobile. That's a little bit more damage. Let's do that. Strikemaster. All human. Then we crew up with the Strikemaster that can't swing. Oh, look at how close it is, guys. Down to 1. I think the opponent can pull this back easy peasy. Let's see what they do here. 4th mana, they do find. This was cool, man. This is cool. Hey, good game, opponent. Wow. It did the vehicle thing really nicely. Strikemaster being like a pretty powerful little human here. Really just acting as a 3/1, funny enough, but it totally did the thing. Gave us some extra options with ramp too, which having open options is always really important. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get the game updated here in the middle of the video. All right, we're good to go. Right into the next game. Nice. All I did was restart. I guess that's all I had to do. There wasn't like anything to download or anything, so we go first. Oh, okay. I guess, right? Sure, yeah. Worldwagon. Let's start with Rocky Roads, because there's no guarantee of an early vehicle for that to actually come in untapped. Okay, then we can go ahead and call green on the passage here. Have it enter tapped. Island. Oh, man. Alright, I don't know if Worldwagon's gonna survive the turn, guys. Is it gonna land? Do I risk it? Yeah, probably. I mean, we have the 4th for a Regalia next turn anyways. You can always keep, like, defend the rider open and try... Okay, yeah, right into Worldwagon. It does land easy peasy, guys, against double islands over there. I suppose it doesn't really matter, but I'll grab a forest. We can always go red source on the Multiversal Passage. Second Gladiolus. Now with the 3rd island, I mean, that's when... that's when we get eaten by the counterspell, but I'd love this Regalia on the board. Rocky Roads, activate only as a sorcery. Defend the rider. The 1/1 doesn't power up the Lumbering Worldwagon, unfortunately. Okay, it's fine, dude. Let's see the Regalia. Yeah, eventually we gotta get the counter spells out of the opponent's hand. And if we pass it back... then they could just use, like, some of their card draw or something, right? So, just tapped. Although, I don't think Defend the Rider would have been a terrible play that turn. Like, to hold open. Oh, very nice. Okay, cool. Road Rage does not hit that. It would hit that if Regalia was on the board. Sunset Strikemaster is not bad at all. Still doesn't power up the Lumbering Worldwagon, but, guys, we could go Defend the Rider as well. Power up the Worldwagon. I think that would be a really good trade for the opponent, though. If Strikemaster gets to sit around, we'll be able to ramp into the Gladiolus next turn. Might be a good thing that we have two of them versus Mono Blue. Could also pop the Rocky Roads, I suppose. Then we won't have the ramp here. This is probably an alright trade for us because we do get ramp with the land. Then we don't need Strikemaster on the board. Okay. I suppose, right? This is one of those ones where the Lifecraft Engine enters their attacks. First instant or sorcery spell you cast each turn costs 1 blue less. Okay, so that could have been a Spell Pierce, right? A free Spell Pierce. I suppose that also means that this could be a bounce spell, which would be a little bit rough. It is. It's going to be Into the Floodmaw. Right. We'll get the ETB on the Worldwagon again, but I think I still might just try the Gladiolus, right? Gladiolus. There we go. Nailed it. Every time I said it today, right, guys? Totally nailed it. Yep, Mono Blue Tempo looking scary, dude. Still got 4 cards in hand, too. So Chainsaw's not bad. We could try Chainsaw with the Road Rage. Probably doesn't even... One of them won't land, right? Probably not. We do all 6 mana. The Gladiolus probably won't land. Our highest chance of landing a card's Lumbering Worldwagon, I guess. Let's do it. We still have mana open to tap for specific counterspells. And then if we don't tap, if it's going to be a full counter like that, like they're going to go ahead and gift us a card, which is pretty nice. Let's see what we see here. Ooh, Magmatic Galleon's fantastic, dude. That is 5 damage. Hopefully they miss an island next turn. We still have enough to try to take out the Shoreless Sea anyways. But I think I'll just go for the swing with the Strikemaster and save everything else back in hand. It's kind of a tough decision. I'll save an emergency chump blocker, maybe. I do know one thing. We want to start hitting damage through him. Alright. Yeah. Okay. I think this is okay. Yeah, we could have doubled down with Chainsaw and Road Rage, but we're just banking that they miss an island so it doesn't get to a 6/6. That way Galleon can take care of it in one swoop. We could take the chump, I think, because Galleon crew for 2. I mean, Worldwagon's just chilling. I think we take the chump while we have it, because it's all too easy for them to pop a token with a bounce spell. Goodbye, my poor little pilot. Okay. Regalia, dude, I like that a lot. So does Galleon land 4 cards in hand? See, See, again, we're playing around specific counterspells if we go Regalia. That was a pretty good draw, man. We could potentially crew, get a 4-swing, or we just try to pop it with the Galleon. I guess that's what we do. If they end up tapping out or something here to protect against the Galleon, we do have this swing with the Strikemaster. It's going to be a full counter. Okay. Okay, I am going to still go for the swing, though. We're going to be on a 2-turn clock after next turn. But at least the opponent's at 14 now. They do find their 6th mana, so another Galleon off the top won't do anything for us. Okay. Rocketeer Boostbuggy. Hey, we can't double down Chainsaw and Road Rage now until we actually get a vehicle on the board too. 3 cards in hand. Only been hit by 3 counterspells. Could start with the Boostbuggy, then try the Regalia, but I think I still want to keep the 2 mana open to play around, again, specific counterspells. So Regalia actually landing here. Now we don't have enough mana for Road Rage and Chainsaw, but if we were on a 2-turn clock regardless, I guess it is fine. Yeah, dude, we'll go for the swing, huh? I have 1 mana open for Road Rage, which is not doing much against this fishy. We get the swing. We go ahead and grab a land here. It's going to be a Stomping Ground. Enters tapped regardless because of the Regalia's ability. Alright, opponent's down to 10. I think we can get there, guys, but I hope they don't have a trick to put like 3 islands on. Oh, they do find their 7th island. Which is very scary. With Regalia landing, guys, it doesn't mean that they don't have a counterspell. They could just be waiting to counter whatever's gonna stop them from getting the victory this turn. So you find mana off the top as well. So we can Rocky Roads if we want to do that path. We could Gladiolus, right? Grab a land, boost the Strikemaster, through Regalia with the Gladiolus, right? And then play the land from hand too, boost the Regalia. All they need is 1 disruption. Is there another way, another method of survival here that could maybe help us survive a turn and get around the opponent's hand? Boostbuggy brings Road Rage to 4, then we can try to double down on Chainsaw Road Rage, which I don't think will work. I'm going to try the fun thing, man, and pretend that the opponent doesn't have anything. Let's see what happens here. We could always, if they counter the first one, we could keep the Strikemaster as a chump blocker, maybe. It's going to be a get out. Oh, no. All right. Well, yeah, we should keep the strike. I'll go another turn, even though I still want to have fun with a swing too. And I'll play the land too, so we have open Road Rage, I suppose. Dude, the Shoreless Sea, pretty scary. None of our removal actually takes care of it. Let's see if they find a bounce spell for the Strikemaster here. Because that'll do it, huh? Okay, forced into the chump. They now have 6 double islands. Put a flood counter on target land. It's an island in addition to its other types. Okay. I was wondering if it overwrites the other types and if they could have been targeting our land, but no. Alright, let's see what we could do, guys. It's gonna be more mana. Oof. That's not what we want to see, huh? Not right now, at least. I guess the fun play is still gonna be the Gladiolus. Nailed it. But unfortunately, the first landfall from him won't hit the Regalia because Regalia needs powered up first. So it would be the second landfall from the Stomping Ground. We have 1 mana open after we play that. It's just very expensive. We could go Boostbuggy, which doesn't have haste, but we could always power it up for 3, have 2 mana open. Through for 1, though. Rocky Roads Cruise. That might be an okay route. The Rocky Roads route might be an okay route because we have plenty of mana open here. If they spend some mana, if they use some of these, they do have something, it looks like, guys. And we do get the pilot on the board. You know, another path here could have been Boostbuggy, Road Rage Chainsaw. I'm going to use this one timer, guys. I really don't want to mess up what's potentially the last game of the evening. Because we could always block with this too and just wait. Just hold off for a turn, you know? Only have 6 then. That's what I'm going to try, actually. I'll still get the Rocketeer Boostbuggy down potentially too. That way Road Rage will eventually hit for 4. It does land. Okay. This is fine. Yeah, Rocky Roads has to activate as a sorcery. Yeah, so another chump blocker on the board. A lot of decisions, man. A lot of stuff happening. They do find more mana. That is now an 8/8, and once again, Road Rage is not going to be able to hit this with the chainsaw. I don't think we'd normally be able to double down anyways, because they'd have something to remove one of them. We could try powering up Regalia, blocking with Regalia, then the Road Rage. That could work. They still got 3 mana open. Oh, you know what, dude? That's actually fantastic, right? Because if they end up using some of their counterspells now, maybe we can try to push through next turn. Yeah, with Road Rage hitting for 4 right now, this might be the best bet. Let's see. We start with the block. Let the damage go through. Okay. Okay. Wait a minute, guys. Regalia's gone now, though. Oh, no. What have I done? What have I done? Oh, no. Mistakes were made. Oh, and I was playing it so slowly so that way I wouldn't make any mistakes for you guys. Well, I think we were in danger either way, I guess, luckily, whatever that may mean. Get out, actually. So that would not have dealt with the Road Rage from hand, guys. Beat your opponent. Brutal stuff, man. I can't believe I did that with the Road Rage. I guess technically we still could have been in this, but I'm not convinced, right? I think that whatever the opponent still has left in hand, we just got completely beat down by the Shoreless Sea. A pretty tough uphill battles today. I expected about this from the deck list. A pretty janky overall. But we still managed a victory, which was nice too. So, and I totally messed up in that last game. I'm sorry, guys. That's rough, man. That's one that's gonna haunt my dreams probably. Yeah, we want to do Road Rage before the vehicle dies, of course, right? Of course, you guys are probably screaming at me in the comments. Here's the deck list again. I totally forgot to mention. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you actually drop it a like. And if you enjoy the channel, then consider subscribing because it really does help out the channel. I promise I don't mess up that much, guys. Just once or twice or 3 times per video. That's not that bad, right? Right, so also, guys, down in the description, we do have that Discord link as well as that Patreon link if you're interested in joining either of those up or supporting the channel that way. Gruul Vehicles. Remember, we built this together over on Twitch. We always have a friggin' blast building deck lists together, and we always put something cool together too. So if nothing else, this is cool, right? I think so. The Regalia and the Gladiolus. Yes, there we go. I didn't even attempt the last name yet. I really like how these pair together, and again, the Worldwagon pairing really nicely with that top end too. I actually had one of these originally, and then as the stream went on, we went up the second one because it actually was a powerful top end that worked really well with the rest of the deck list. We struggled there against that mono blue actually establishing it on the board, but still. Now there are probably other better 6-drop options you can choose from, but are they going to be as fun? Maybe. Magmatic Galleon's actually a pretty powerful vehicle. I've played with this quite a bit since its release. It's good. I like it a lot, and even more ramp too. With all the ramp packed in, I do think we could survive on 24 mana. We did flood a little bit today. I think a third Road Rage would be fine and dandy. We drop like a mountain or something. Remember, Thornspire Verge is actually tapping for a red source at first. We are leaning red. If we look at it like this, we are leaning red in the mana base, so it wouldn't be terrible to get rid of a forest too, but I think there's going to be a lot of moments where you want the open green for like a Defend the Rider or something, right? And then also early Stablemaster if we are trying to mana fix with the bottom ability, like if we needed the double red in the Boommobile or something. So there's things like that going on, but yeah, we're kind of treating Thornspire as just a red source until you get Mountain, Forest, Stomping Ground, or Multiversal Passage, which is like the entire deck list, but there are going to be moments where you only see Thornspire Verge, and it's only a red source, so I think still leaning those forests makes a lot of sense here too. Even though the deck list is just a little leaning into the red. Yeah. So hopefully the mana base still makes sense after those games as well. Balthier, we didn't get to see in action today, but we only got 2 of them in here too. So this is a perfect creature for this one. I love that we got to see the Lifecraft Engine do the thing really nicely too. So this was neat, man. I like this. Very janky. Put it on the do not craft list for sure. And yeah. So I'd say drop either a forest or drop either a mountain, go up the third Road Rage is an option. There's still going to be a lot of deck lists, though, where Road Rage isn't hitting. So that's definitely a problem. We're seeing a huge uptick in the amount of control. The 4-color burn control, I've been seeing a lot more of for sure, but mostly I think we're still landing on the Dimir Mill control, and they don't run any creatures, do you? I think sometimes they rock some top-end dragons, and Road Rage probably isn't going to hit those top-end dragons, as we saw in that last game, too. It's actually hard to keep vehicles on the board or actually get them established onto the board, too, when you are up against those control lists. So, is there anything else I want to say? Yeah, don't overlook Sunset Strikemaster. Don't overlook cards like this. Don't overlook cards like this for Big Red and other fun things that you're trying to build around, too. And the bottom ability for 2 and a red, you can tap this, sacrifice this creature. It deals 6 damage to target creature with flying. There's a lot of creatures with flying we wouldn't mind popping with the Strikemaster, so that's really neat. And that's an activated ability. Kind of works with the Boommobile and with the add 4 mana in any one color. Spend this mana only to activate abilities. And don't forget, too, you can exhaust other abilities like the Boostbuggy, too. So that's really neat. Everything about this is really neat. Just, again, put it on the do not craft list because it's super duper janky. Maybe you can base it on your collection, but I would say only if you have most of the cards, or only if it like sparked some kind of idea that you want to try instead, right? Like maybe you really don't like our top end, and maybe you're not a big fan of Boostbuggy or something. There could still be a really cool like little human shell here. So yeah, that's something to think about. Human vehicles, of course, with the Lifecraft Engine. And then also, guys, let me know in the comments if you have any ideas for a Lifecraft Engine. This is actually a really cool build around, because you pack in a whole bunch of that creature type, and then you have some extra little vehicles for value, and then all of a sudden, yeah, main build around. It's cool. It's really cool stuff. All right, guys, if you made it this far into the video for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.